Monza vs Juventus prediction, team news, lineups preview. Monza and Juventus get the Serie A weekend underway when they meet at the U-Power Stadium on Friday night. The Old Lady are well in the mix for the title with just over one-third of the season played, but Monza proved tricky opponents for them last season. Match preview. After all of the chaos which bore its head during 2022-23 for Juventus, they have responded excellently this campaign, as a brilliant start means they are currently Inter Milan's closest challengers at the top. Last weekend's Derby d'Italia between the two sides was a tense and hard-fought battle, and neither side will have been too disappointed to see it end 1-1. Juve boss Massimiliano Allegri may have been a tad frustrated at seeing his side fail to record a seventh straight clean sheet, conceding so soon after taking the lead through Dusan Vlahovic, but the draw keeps them within just 2 points of the Nerazzurri. Just one defeat from their opening 13 games of the season suggests Juventus will be tough to beat. And Inter manager Simone Inzaghi claims that their lack of European football will give them a huge advantage. The Bianconeri also have the fortune of playing first across their next 3 game weeks, playing in the Friday night slot on each occasion, meaning they could go top before Inter play, and their closest rivals have a tricky test against Napoli this weekend. Monza proved difficult opponents for Juve last season though, completing a remarkable double over Allegri's side on their debut in Serie A, becoming just the second side to win their first 2 top-flight league games against them. A 1-0 win here last September helped get their league campaign off to flyer, before they traveled to the Allianz Stadium and won 2-0 in a heroic defensive performance where they were outshot 22-3. After a fine first season in Serie A, there have been no signs of second-season syndrome at Monza either, as they are in the hunt for European football, taking advantage of many of the usual big hitters having slow starts. Monza sit 9th and are just 3 points adrift of Roma in 5th. While Allegri is known for his pragmatic approach, Rafael Palladino gives him a run for his money, as Monza are in the top half despite being one of the league's lowest scorers. That is because their defensive record has been superb this season, with Juventus just one of 3 teams to have let in fewer goals. While clean sheets have been hard to come by, none in their last 5, Monza have not conceded more than 1 goal in a game since a matchday 3 defeat at Atlanta BC. Monza drew 1-1 for the 3rd time in 4 games at Cagliari last weekend, but with nobody below the top 2 showing much consistency, their ability to continue picking up points has kept in the mix for the European places. Team news. After picking up injuries in September, both Gianluca Caprari knee and Armando Izzo muscle remain on the sidelines for Monza. Youngster Samuel Vignato has missed the last 2 matches with injury, but fellow midfielder Andrea Colpani is one to keep an eye on, as he is currently knocking on the door of the senior Italy squad. Colpani is one of a number of Italians flourishing in the Monza team, as they regularly name 9 or 10 domestic players in their starting 11, along with Portuguese forward Dani Mota, who has spent his whole career in Italy. Injury problems at right-back for Juve regarding Danilo and Mattia De Silio means Andrea Cambiaso is set to continue there, but Weston McKennie has been utilized in the position at times this season. McKennie's USA teammate Timothy Weah has also been a regular at right wing-back, but he is out with a thigh injury. Hans Nicolussi Caviglia started his first league game for Juve since 2019 in the Derby d'Italia, as rotten luck with injuries and 3 subsequent loan spells have rendered him unavailable. Given the suspensions to Paul Pogba and Nicolo Fagioli in midfield, the return of Nicolussi Caviglia is perfectly timed, and he could see his game time greatly increased over the next few months. Monza possible starting lineup: Di Gregorio, D'Ambrosio, Pablo Mari, Calderola, Sciarria, Gagliardini, Pessina, Kyriakopoulos, Colpani, Colombo, Dani Mota. Juventus possible starting lineup: Szczesny, Gatti, Bremer, Rugani, Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Rabiot, Kostic, Vlahovic, Chiesa. We say, Monza 0-1 Juventus. 1-0 has often been Allegri's favorite scoreline, as they won by that margin 3 times in a row before the international break, and the manager relishes a pragmatic approach in potentially tough away games. Monza themselves are no strangers to cagey affairs, and they will try their best to stifle Juve, but may come up just short here. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.